There's been some generous rainfall around the state this week, and it's given peanut farmers a glimmer of hope. After sweltering through a record hot summer, growers on the South Burnett had been preparing for a disastrous season.
Around Kingaroy, the view is finally green and lush, but for farmers, the outlook remains uncertain.
Nearly cried at breakfast because it's been a horrendous season so far.
It was tough from the start. Low rainfall in November meant peanut growers on the South Burnett had little to no moisture in their soil.
We planted on the hope that we'll get heavier rain later on. Well, it sort of never turned up. Christmas was about the same, but dry and hot. And we thought, well, February might come in then, but it stayed dry.
Rob Patch can normally count on up to 30 peanuts per plant. The best of these have no more than half a dozen. But this week, a glimmer of hope, with around 40 millimetres of rain soaking the region. Each new flower is a prospective peanut.
It's not saved the crop, but it's got potential again.
So now some farmers will need to decide whether to harvest the peanuts they have now or wait for these flowering plants to develop and risk losing it all to frost. That would flow on to the consumer. The Peanut Company of Australia says it's had to pay farmers more to grow the legume this season, and the shortfall in dryland crops could mean prices will rise.
You have to compete with crops on their gross margin to the farmer, so obviously we have to pay enough to interest them to grow the peanuts.
Australians consume about 60,000 tonnes of peanuts a year. Recently, local growers have produced about a third of that. But it'll be weeks before the extent of this season's losses can be calculated. Melanie Vujkovic, ABC News, Kingaroy.